Hello and welcome to the Crypto Masters podcast, helping the general public gain an understanding of crypto assets. My name is Brian McCoy,
My name is Ross Eaton.
and we are the
The
Crypto Masters. Okay. Hey, Ross, let's get started on today. This one should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
As a reminder, our goal is to provide information about crypto assets to help the public make investment decisions in the crypto space. We don't try to predict short-term price movements, so this show is not for short-term traders.
Brian and I want to provide enough information to allow, you, the listeners, to make your own investment decisions. And if you haven't listened to our episodes in the past, this is the point where I say, this is not financial advice. But yeah, we really want to give you the tools to really go out there. We're the catalyst to your research reaction, if you will.
And our show is a little different, Ross, because it really isn't. Unlike everybody who sort of has to say that line, this isn't investment advice.
Mm-hmm.
Ours really isn't. I mean, we give our thoughts, we talk about the assets, but it's for every person to decide whether it's for them or not. There's so many different crypto assets that everybody can kind of choose their own thing. So we really do suggest you do your own research, listen to our other podcasts, research other internet resources and make up your own decision. But anyway, let's talk about a fun one today, Dogecoin.
Dogecoin, it's fun. I've got my backwards hat and hoodie on. Look at me. No college today, Brian.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean on you today because Dogecoin seems right up your alley. You look like a Dogecoiner. Now, what do they call themselves? Shiites.
Yeah. I think.
Anyway, we'll get to that later. All right, so Dogecoin, it started in December of 2013, Ross, which makes it an OG. And it's an old, in the crypto space, that is a long time to be around.
Oh, yeah.
And it started almost as a joke based on the popular internet meme at the time of the dog Doge, which is a picture of a Shiba Inu breed of dog. So it's a picture of the dog. And then the meme was always just some kind of text, like a word or two words. And it's kind of the dog's internal monologue or thoughts. Yeah. So Ross, you being a millennial, you were probably more aware of that than I was, because I really wasn't aware of it.
Yeah. I mean, that meme was passed around crazy amount of times. I mean, you saw it for everything, political, sports, you name it. There was a meme, a Doge meme for it. To be honest, I really don't think I've seen one in a while that's, now it's Dogecoin related crypto memes. But, as far as the Doge meme itself, I have not seen that in a long time.
Probably ran its course.
It probably did, yeah. But yeah, Twitter's going to be mentioned a lot in this episode, so just get ready. But yeah, I mean, this kind of started with, two guys, Jackson Palmer and Billy Marcus, again, as everyone says, kind of as a joke, but then they decided to actually create a coin about it. And I think, everyone that hears about Dogecoin always was like, oh yeah, these two guys just made a coin as a joke. But yeah, it's a little more than that right now. So
yeah.
No.
Well, I think so. Palmer was sent a tweet, right? Palmer sent a tweet, and really, truly as a joke, I said something like, I think Dogecoin is going to be the next big thing. And there was no Dogecoin. Just made it up. It was just a joke. And then the guy, Marcus, was kind of actually a developer, I think, and was looking for something to do. And when that tweet took off and got popular and retweeted, I guess, I guess he contacted Palmer and said, "Hey, I can do this.
Yeah,
I can create this. You want to do it?" And they did it, and amazingly, it actually has taken off.
for sure. Absolutely.
So, and what Marcus did, which we talked about in previous shows, is forks. We have might have been our Litecoin episode, really, where we got into the forks.
I think that was our Litecoin episode.
I mean, we got into it again when we talked about Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV,
Yep.
but we discussed forks previously. So anyway, if you listen to our previous podcast, you'll sort of know what a fork is. And in this case, Marcus, the developer we just mentioned, forked Litecoin and made Dogecoin out of a fork of Litecoin. So Ross, it's we always talk about mining because I think that's very important. And Litecoin, like Bitcoin, which it was forked from, is a proof of work for its mining. Is that what? And Litecoin is proof of work also. So is that what Dogecoin is?
Yep. Same, same mining mechanism going on here. Proof of work. It's not the most energy efficient one, because you have so many people just running GPUs or the ASIC miners or something crazy powerful to run. But yeah, that's what it's run on. And in fact, it's pretty interesting. What you can do here is that since these two coins, Litecoin and Dogecoin, use the same mining algorithm, and I'm kind of going off the beaten path here for a second, just touch on something. But what can happen here is they can be merge mined, which is a pretty cool concept. And Dogecoin wasn't the first one to do this, but they implemented it later on down the road of Dogecoin. But merge mining basically is where if two coins, two cryptocurrencies use the same mining algorithm, you can basically run your miner and get payouts on both networks. It's kind of running on both networks, and it doesn't. You would think this is going to be more computationally hard. Like you're going to be spending more of your power to run on both networks, but actually it's not. It's kind of. And I'm going way high level here just to kind of get through it, just because I think it's a cool topic. But you can basically just mine on both networks. It's kind of like one network says, you've proven your work on this chain. You can also prove your work on this chain. So you can kind of get double the rewards, which is pretty cool.
It's kind of 2 for 1, right? I mean, seems to me almost like a no-brainer.
Oh yeah, and I can tell I'm just kind of not constructing my words here. So what I will provide you is a textbook definition from Binance Academy. I thought it was just spot on, so I'm going to turn to my script here and read it for everyone here. But merge mining refers to the act of mining 2 or more cryptocurrencies at the same time without sacrificing overall mining performance. Essentially, a miner can use their computational power to mine blocks on multiple chains concurrently through the use of what is known as auxiliary proof of work. That's basically, I did a poor job of explaining it, but, I proved my work on this chain, so it's, I proved my work on this auxiliary chain, so it's can be used.
Just doing them both at the same time, it sounds like, right?
Basically, yeah.
So what are you mining now? What are you mining? Ethereum?
Right now, Bitcoin, yeah. But it's really just...
You're mining Bitcoin?
Yeah, it's really just for fun, though. Just as my initial setup. But yeah.
You just have a GPU, though, right?
Oh, yeah. So I'll get into this quickly. So I'm mining on the NiceHash pool on a couple of Ethereum blockchains, but I just get paid out in Bitcoin. I just kind of exchange it on Bitcoin. So I get Bitcoin, but I'm actually mining on the Ethereum blockchain.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
Anyway, you might look into the merge mining opportunities.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I've got the rig built, so
yeah.
I'm noob to the mining world, so I got to figure all that out, but
right.
figure out the best algorithm, But
All right. So you had mentioned that it uses the script technology, same as Litecoin, and we talked about on the Litecoin episode that a benefit to that is that you don't need the big ASIC expensive rigs. You can do it with a GPU computer that's not that difficult to obtain. Is that right? If you just wanted to mine Dogecoin.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can mine with anything. Highly recommend you join a pool for that. But yeah, you can have anything you want to mine on.
And the block times are just 1 minute, I think, right? For Dogecoin.
Yeah. I think that's it.
All right.
So obviously faster than Bitcoin, but
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about something interesting about Dogecoin that we generally talk about on all of our crypto assets, and that is its maximum supply. And Bitcoin, you always hear about, there'll only be 21 million Bitcoin ever created, which is true, and which is great for those of us who are invested in it. But in this case, with Dogecoin, they don't have a maximum supply, so it can be very inflationary. They can issue as many new ones as they want, so it doesn't have a maximum. And what's interesting to me is it's intentional. We talk about the limited supply of Bitcoin and other coins that have a maximum supply, and then so what happens? Like me and you and everybody else, it seems like we buy Bitcoin and we hold on to it because we think it's going to get more valuable, right? We don't use it. In fact, I try not to use it. I sometimes have to when I'm doing other transactions in crypto. But every time I do, I'm like, I hate getting rid of this Bitcoin because I know it's going to go up in value. So anyway, Dogecoin doesn't do that. They don't have a cap because they want it to be more like a currency. So I think that's interesting, and I think we've sort of seen that play out with Dogecoin, is that it is treated more like a currency. It's in their community, which is a pretty big dedicated community. They spend it freely like currency, and they use it for tipping and things like that.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's kind of the main thing Dogecoin is used for right now. But just a quick note, if you look at some charts how Dogecoin compares to Bitcoin over time, I mean, you could make the solid argument that it's a good store of value too, because it's fluctuating just like Bitcoin, Litecoin, all the big players here. So, but
I do tend to check out its price, every once in a while, and I'm surprised. I don't really get it, other than they're not issuing. They can issue, they don't have a cap, but that doesn't mean they're spitting it out all the time like fiat currency, like they're not printing dollars all the time. So that's one reason that it really is. But it is interesting to see that its price has done pretty well over time.
Oh yeah. And by the way, those people that that community of people that use Dogecoin as a currency call themselves Sheeb. So
that's it, Sheeb. Yes, for the Shiba Inu.
Yes, after the dog.
Yes, I got it. Good
dog.
So the fact that it's used a lot for tipping on like Reddit and Twitter.
Yeah, Reddit and Twitter.
That's interesting. It seems to me like when we had our show on Basic Attention Token, it sort of BAT sort of wants to step into that role. You'll recall, that it can be used when somebody posts a good article or whatever. The Basic Attention Token sort of encourages tipping in BAT for that. So it sounds like BAT maybe, is trying to cut into that turf a little bit.
Oh yeah, you definitely hit the nail on the head. This is I'd say a clear competitor, especially from the tipping world. But yeah.
All right, so let's talk about a couple of the fun things that Dogecoin community has done. So in 2014, they had the Winter Olympics in Sochi, Russia, if you recall that, and the Jamaican bobsled team had qualified, but couldn't was having trouble raising funds in order to actually send their team over there. And the Dogecoin community ended up donating $30,000 worth of Dogecoin to the Jamaican bobsled team. So that was cool, man.
Oh man, well said, Brian. Well said.
And in 2014, they sponsored NASCAR driver. Woo! They had the Dogecoin logo on the hood of the car. That's pretty sweet. And we are in the heart of NASCAR country, Ross, you and I.
Yes, right in South Carolina. So, that hits our heart hard.
Yeah, I'm not as much into NASCAR as I used to be, but that's a pretty big deal. On the hood, I mean, that's the premium real estate in NASCAR is the hood. And
oh yeah, maybe when I'm editing this video, for those people that are, watching on YouTube, I'll flash the car up right now. But it's like, it is the car. It's on the hood, it's on the side, like
yeah.
It is the car. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Sort of shows how. Well, I mean, it shows how they were having fun, and back then maybe it was kind of a, Wild West, anything goes. This thing is going to be worth a zillion bucks, or who knows why they did it.
But was it as good as the Fig Newton logo on the windshield, like Talladega Nights? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
going a little further.
Nice. Wow, you are digging deep into the movie barrel there. Although some people like that movie, I guess. Not my favorite Will Ferrell.
Love it. But
all right, Ross. So also they've done some other charitable projects with Dogecoin. What are some of those?
Oh yeah, the community is awesome here. This is I think why everyone kind of gravitates to Dogecoin. But yeah, so they raise money also for countries that have scarce water supplies to build wells. So that's really cool. And let's see, is that it? I thought I had more on here. Yeah, they've done a lot of fundraising projects. Definitely helping out humanity. So that's really cool. Another cool fact about it is Elon Musk seems to be a fan. I kind of use that term loosely because if you read it, you kind of, he talks about it a lot. Is he making fun of it? I don't know, but hey, he's given recognition to Dogecoin. One that was really cool. He tweeted. This was back in April 2019. He said Dogecoin might be my fave cryptocurrency. That's fave, F-A-V.
Wow.
Cryptocurrency. It's pretty cool.
Elon carries a lot of weight, no doubt about that.
Yep. Oh yeah. And what was the one? Actually, I could be mixing up here. It's either this one or the one recently where he tweets. He just says inevitable, and it's like this Doge smoke cloud, and it just says Dogecoin, and then it's coming after normal currency or whatever. It says inevitable, like the Dogecoin is taking over.
Elon Musk did that?
Yeah, I'll flash that up too if you're watching on YouTube here. But wow. Yeah, he's tweeted about it a lot. Anytime Elon Musk tweets about something, that's cool.
I think maybe we'll get him on a show. Let's get him on a future show. Maybe just chat with him about it.
I'll try to call him up and see what I can do.
Hey, by the way, when Musk was tweeting about Bitcoin, a lot of people got excited about it. But then he tweeted something like indicated he had like 0.2 of a Bitcoin.
Oh yeah, he said, by the way, I only have 0.25 Bitcoin.
Anyways, well, he's missing out. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna. I admire Elon, same as a lot of people, but he needs to get more Bitcoin. Dude.
Oh yeah. Well, two figures for you that I saw that were pretty cool was all of Elon Musk, like his whole net worth is worth like 20 or 25% of all of Bitcoin. So he's got buy 1% of Bitcoin. Come on, he's got enough.
Well, the Amazon dude Bezos, he could buy every Bitcoin that's been issued.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty crazy. But it also kind of shows you know, how early we are in Bitcoin. And anyways,
No, you're right. Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
All right, so let's talk about where people can buy Dogecoin if they want to buy some. Unfortunately, it's not on Coinbase or eToro, which are two of the easier platforms for U.S. citizens to use. For non-U.S. citizens, it is on Binance, which is big, you know, which is huge everywhere but here, or in a few other countries that are restricted like us. But also it is on Kraken. So if you're a U.S. citizen and you want to buy it, you can buy it on Kraken.
Yep.
And I think it's also available on Hotbit. So Ross, you and I don't know about you. Well, I think so, probably. I've had to go to Hotbit to buy some that I can't buy anywhere else.
Oh yeah.
And I don't mind Hotbit. I had a little bit of a issue that got straightened out. You might remember that.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So Hotbit is another option. You know, with Hotbit, you have to use the trading platform, which some people are intimidated by. Coinbase, eToro, and Kraken all have kind of the thing that's kind of like E-Trade, or you know, it's really easy to buy.
Robinhood, just point and click. Yeah.
Yes. Some people get intimidated by the trading platform, and you know, when I first got into crypto, I kind of was too. But once you get used to it, it's pretty easy, and you be a market maker, and you pay a lot less fees. But that's another show, Ross. We will talk about that another show.
Yeah, and actually, just one more, just piggybacking off that real quick, just a Ross hack for you. So if you do have an Exodus hardware wallet, you can, you know, let's say you exchange or, you know, buy some Bitcoin or Ethereum and you put it on your Exodus wallet, you can exchange that for Dogecoin within that wallet. So if you want to exchange it there and actually have some Dogecoin, that's another option.
Exodus is like a competitor of Ledger and
yeah, it's
the
just
other hardware wallets.
Yeah, I'll probably link something in our podcast description or something since I mentioned it. But
yeah, I was gonna grab I have my Ledger Nano X right here with me.
Oh yeah,
and they're starting to they're starting to allow the trading from those wallets. So Exodus is one in. There you go. Yeah.
I can't see it well, but
so Exodus it has Dogecoin as an option, huh?
Oh yeah, you can store Dogecoin on there.
But you can also buy it on there.
No, it's just a wallet. Yeah, it's just a hardware wallet.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But you can, within the wallet exchange. Yeah. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Another hack for you.
I like it. Good. All right. Are you ready for final thoughts? You got anything to add on Dogecoin?
No, I think that's it for me. Yeah.
If we are doing final thoughts, Ross, you are up first this week.
Oh, okay. In the hot seat. Look, Dogecoin is so cool. I really think it's cool. The community, what they've done, it's hilarious. It's fun. It's awesome. And at first glance of this, everything just kind of seems like, a fun joke, like, oh, it's Dogecoin. There's nothing serious, but I don't know. Looking at the size of the community, the people backing it, Elon Musk tweeting. I mean, one tweet he made, this is another random fun fact for you, Brian, but after that, I think it's the Dogecoin fog tweet. In 3 minutes, nearly $40,000 worth of Dogecoin was added to their market cap. Or maybe I said that backwards, but Dogecoin just pumped generally. It just pumps, for every Elon Musk tweet. But I don't know. I like it from the aspect of the community. It's fast like Litecoin, so it's faster than Bitcoin. If you want to look at it from the point of view of a currency, it's better than Bitcoin. Store value, it's faster than Bitcoin, and follows Bitcoin's trends. So I don't know. I think if I had to give it a grade, I'd give it a B. There we go.
All right. Yeah, I think we ought to allow Musk on the show. But anyway, hey, so here's what I think about Dogecoin. I think it's great. I think it's fun. I think if you're a younger person and want to be involved in a fun community while also, participating and learning about cryptocurrencies and crypto assets, it would be a great one to be involved in. But from sort of our main focus of this podcast is investment. And for me as an investor, that being criteria number one, it's not for me from a pure investment standpoint. It's more of a fun. It can be used in the crypto community as a currency. I think that's great. But we're talking here about, buy and hold. What do we want to? Is that there's my Bitcoin. Yeah. So just being straight up and not offending anyone in their community, I don't see it as an investment. I'm not going to buy it and hold it. But you know what? They're okay with that because they're like, that's not really what we want. So that's fine. But to our listeners, based on all of the literally thousands of choices you have as an investment, this is not one of them that I would invest in myself or recommend to others. Now, if you buy it and use it, I don't think you're going to be pump and dump. They do have some pump and dumps occasionally happen with Dogecoin, but it's been around so long that it's not going away. It's not like if you buy some, next week, it's not going to be worth anything. That's probably not going to happen. But as something to buy and then hold and watch as its value goes up, like we're seeing with Bitcoin and Ethereum and a lot of the others that we've talked about. It's not one of them I would put on my list, but it's a lot of fun and they do some good projects. So thumbs up to the Dogecoin community.
Yeah. I think that's the real winner here is the Dogecoin community. Full disclosure, I own none, but I love the community. It's awesome.
I like to disclose that too. I don't own any Dogecoin. This is one of the few that we've covered that I haven't owned any of. But anyway, for younger people or not even necessarily that, just people who maybe want to be more involved socially as well, I think it's a good project to get involved in. So,
yeah.
All right, Ross. Well, hey, this wraps up another episode of the Crypto Masters.
All right, everyone. Tune in next week or some other time when we post a podcast.
We'll have a new one next week. Thanks, everybody.
All right, thanks.